Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today, I'm jumping into the new battle ranking event, and I'm going to be showing you guys a top 100 score guide. This is going to be utilizing the fight against Reno, as I'm not even sure that I could do it against the Airbuster as it is right now. Frankly, I haven't actually given the Airbuster too many tries. I decided to try my luck at Reno first, just because I think I'm better geared for that fight. This fight today is not going to be including any of Aerith or Tifa's new weapons from the Monster Hunter banner, and will instead be including Cloud, Matt, and Zack. Now, as you guys can see, I have a current ranking of 37 with a high score of 731,000. Now, whether or not this score will net you into the top 100 or not by the end of the event, I think it's probably pretty likely that it will. However, this guide is going to more or less get you to the point where you can min-max and solidify your place in the top 100. So if we look down here at 101 to 300, we are about 80,000 points above the rank 100 right here. Of course, in the next 5 days, people will be trying to min-max their teams as much as possible. And if I find a more efficient way to do this, I will most certainly share that with you guys. Now, that being said, we're going to jump down here to the free challenge. We're going to go over to Reno here. I'm going to show you guys how I'm setting up these battle effects right here. Just to take a little tangent, I have tried the stage level 200 fight. Honestly, I couldn't even beat the stage level 180 fight. However, I have been experiencing some extremely bad lag in the game. Now, for dungeon rankings in particular, battle rankings, any type of online versus event, I feel like the game has always been laggy. In my experience, though, this is the worst I've ever experienced it. So much so to the point where the bosses are already hard, but it's just stuck on the screen for a while. And I think I might actually make a video covering this so as to get Applebot's attention, so that hopefully they can do something to reduce lag when it comes to these ranking events. Now, that being said, for the Reno free challenge, I'm basically maxing out every single stat except for one. The only one we're not going to level up is going to be the enemy physical defense and magic defense, all right? So we're going to keep that at base right here. It gets incrementally harder as you level that up. And the reason being is because it also levels up the physical defense and magic defense of the mobs that are with Reno in the fight. For those of you that have done this fight, you know that poison is really annoying on the first thing, or the little hound right there. But this way makes it a lot easier, and especially if you're going for a higher ranking scorecard. Now, other than that, we're going to basically max out every single other stat here that we can do. So as you can see, all of these have been fully taken to the max level. If you wanted to get the stage level 200, you would have to take the 350% boost to the enemy physical defense and magic defense, which is absolutely insane and very, very hard to do with an insane amount of lag. However, I will do my best to get you guys a guide for that by the end of the event. Hopefully the lag has interim periods where it's not as bad as it has been. All right, so we are going to set it here, stage level 150, 650% bonus right here. This is going to be my team. It does have a score of 334,000. Honestly, this does call for a fairly strong team. You want pretty powerful DPS in this, so there's not much that I could really do to make it weaker. Now, Zack, I think, is replaceable by a lot of different characters, or at least a few different characters. You could replace him with Red 13 running the Ivy Collar and the Flame Frost costume. You could run Yuffie with the Arctic Star along with her pinwheel as well. I highly suggest using whichever one of those has the instant cast high Imperil Ice weapon. But for me, I don't have any of those Ice Imperil weapons that will go to high on the first cast. So I choose Zack, and the reason being is that his weapon still deals a decent amount of damage in the interim. And also he has a buff debuff extension costume, which allows the buff to last longer in the fight. Now, going through each character, Cloud is our primary ice DPS, super important, and you're not going to want to be bringing magic focused characters into this fight because they do take a detrimental hit from the actual set bonuses there. So if we go to the battle effects and we look at it, magic attack is going to be taking minus 60% damage. So that's pretty freaking high, and it basically cuts them out of the fight. So it's unfortunate that Sephiroth wouldn't be able to make his way into this. However, we would still need an Imperialer anyway at that point. So it just is what it is. It's the stakes of the fight itself. So you are going to want one very strong ice physical DPS, whether that's Cloud or Tifa, one of the other. We also have Matt here. Matt is going to be focusing AoE defense and AoE healing, along with using the Bramble Spine right here in order to take Cloud's Glavenus buff from mid to high tier, which is going to increase his damage throughout the fight. Zack is going to have the Ceremonial Sword in order to raise his own damage, but will primarily just be spam casting Ceremonial Sword, which is, or Pressure Ridge, excuse me, which is going to take the ice resist from mid to high and then continuously just keep that stacked on the enemy. Now, as for the actual build itself, Cloud will be running the Limit Break Draw Ice Arcanum Shiva at level 6. We have the Stream Saber OB6 level 120, the Glavenus at OB4 right here. I'm basically running all stat stick physical attack up materias for him right here. I do have bios equipped. However, I've found that based on the RNG of casting it, if you cast it once and it sticks, it's great. But if it takes you like 4 tries to get that bio to stick, it actually would have been better to just go pure DPS. So in this run, I do have the bios equipped just to remind you guys that Reno is not immune to poison. However, I won't really be using bio in this strategy, though I think for the stage level 200 fight, it will be paramount in order to actually beat it. Alright, so that being said, on Cloud, all physical attack stat stick materias, except for this bio right here, which is also focused on physical attack. Now for Matt, we have his Gear Voucher healing costume right here, Gigantic Shield as his limit break. We have Centipede up to OB8 and the Bramble Spine for taking Cloud's physical attack from mid to high. Just make sure you cast this on him after Cloud gets his first Glavenus buff off. As for Matt, we just have healing stat sticks on him. He does have an Ice Breach right here, which does help just in case. If you get this off before Zack uses Pressure Ridge, Zack's hit will immediately take it to high, which does save you some ATB with Zack in the long run. Other than that, I have a Healing Asuna Poison. It's very important to bring at least one of those into this fight. I like to put that on my healer. It'll heal for more, and you don't have to worry about your DPS or your Imperialer healing when you switch over to the blue stance, which can waste a lot of ATB throughout the fight. Now for Zack, Zack will be running his buff debuff extension costume. I do have him on his Apocalypse limit break just because it's quick casting and we can use it for interrupts. However, for Reno does a lot of charge bar casts, so it's harder to cancel out his animations and draw time out of that than with another typical boss. However, it is nice to have something that is quick casting in the fight. For Zack, we have the Ceremonial Sword here at OB7, the Pressure Ridge, which is absolutely essential to be bringing a Ice Imperial weapon into this fight, especially something that can at least go to OB6. Mine will go mid to high in 2 casts, which is going to be perfectly acceptable for this fight. Other than that, Zack is going to be running all physical attack stat stick materias except for the bio right here as well, so the same thing as Cloud. Now if we take a look at the back ends right here to check out the characters, Cloud will be sitting at 140,000 power, 8.4k HP, 5.4k physical attack. His defenses are not really important because the idea with this fight is to burn it as fast as possible. So I did not build Cloud in any way, shape, or form in any part defense. So it is important that whoever your DPS is, go full board on that. Alright, for his R abilities, we're focusing physical attack, Ice Potency right here. We've got Physical Ability Potency, and then the R abilities to the party are Physical Attack at 5 and Physical Attack at 2 from Glenn's Axe that is on Zack. Now for his sub-weapons, I have the Bald Eagle right here at OB8. We have the Guide Gloves at OB6, And then I have the Holy Flame Gloves here at OB2 for the physical attack and ice potency. Now moving on to Matt. Matt is sitting at 91k power, 9.4k HP. He's got 2.8k physical attack and 2.2k magic attack. However, he won't really be using that whatsoever. His physical defense is pretty nice at 150 since Reno is primarily a physically attacking character, if not fully. His healing stat is at 2.9k, which is going to be just great for this fight. Now for his R abilities, he's got HP at level 3, physical defense 3. We've got healing at stat 9, which is great. I did spec him with some lightning resist, which does help him his survivability in the fight. And we've also got buff debuff extension here, and then the physical attack to all allies, which is not super important for him. However, in the sub weapons, I do have the guard stick right here, really strong healing ability. I have the feather scatter, HP physical defense, and the Leviathan Buster, which I'm guessing many of you have this maxed since most people have been farming Leviathan on the co-op, which gives lightning resist and HP. Super important. Now last but not least, we have Zach Fair, 103k power, 9.7k HP. He's got 4.4k physical attack. His physical defense is only 112, but it is going to be okay. His R abilities are going to focus HP at level 4, physical attack at 6, attack at 3, ice potency at 3. He's also got physical ability potency at 6, some buff debuff extension since he is an Imperiler, and then of course the party-wide physical attack buffs. Now for his sub-weapons, I am running the Amron's Claws at OB10. This is honestly just for the physical ability potency. You could also run the Ultimatic. Just make sure that his HP is above 7.5 or 8,000 would be preferred if you don't have this weapon. Other than that, I have the Glenn's Limit Break Draw Axe, the Stream Slasher, at OB1, which, you know, isn't very high, but it does at least carry a crossover to Cloud, which is why I put it here. And last but not least, we have the Silver Staff here at OB6, which is going to boost attack and ice potency. So I'm still trying to get as much damage out of Zach as possible in this fight. Now, that being said, that is going to conclude the match. Let's get into the fight. Alright guys, honestly, I've been kind of working on this all day. I started on the stage level 200 battle, going for a guide on that, and the lag has just been so brutal. I feel like it's almost worse on that fight than this one right here. But that being said, I'm going to show you how to get into the top 100 right here, right now. So at the beginning of this fight, we're going to target the Wrathhound, wait till it poisons Zach, immediately heal Zach. Now I'm going to wait for Cloud's ATB to get close to when he can attack again, and then I'm going to Ice Breach. Alright, so right now, switch over to Cloud. He's going to attack once. Back to Matt. I'm going to heal his poison, and the Wrathhound is going to go down. Alright, so that is the quickest, easiest way to take care of the creature that is inflicting poison. Alright, after that, we are going to focus on the bomb now. So I'm going to switch over to Zach. Alright, and Zach is going to do the first hit. Cloud will take the second. Zach will go for the third right here, and Cloud is going to take out the bomb. I'm going to switch over to Matt. He's going to go for a heal. And I think I'll just leave it. We did lose a little bit of the bar right there, but I don't think that I would have actually been able to block it if I dropped out of it. Alright, so other than that, I'm going to switch over to Zach. It is important that you are imperiling before you're getting off hits with Cloud. Alright, so Cloud is going to go for his Fierce Charge Slash. Zach is just going to spam his Imperil. Alright, and with Matt, I am going to take Cloud's physical attack buff to high right here. Alright, I am going to get off a Ceremonial Sword with Zach to get his physical attack up, and then straight back to Imperiling, guys, alright? Cloud is just going to be doing his thing over here, as much damage as possible, while Matt is doing the healing to prepare us for each of these individual attacks. Alright, there we go, and switch over to Matt. Boom. So we're looking pretty good here, guys. Timing is looking good, doing a good amount of damage. Alright, I am going to get off this heal. Alright, there's that lag. It's not so bad right now, which is nice. Switching back over to Zach, going straight back to the Imperil. I am going to Fierce Charge Slash again right here. Alright, and then I am going to take that physical attack buff to high once again with Matt, so that Cloud can keep on doing as much damage here as possible. Alright, there we go. Then I'm going to end the fight with Diamond Dust and Apocalypse right here. get it done as quickly as possible. He's at max tier physical attack buff, while the Imperil is at high, which is why I chose to use Shiva then, in order to get that high stat. Now, there are different kind of mechanics for how it decides your score, and I'm going to show you guys them right here. All right, so that was 723,000. I didn't actually beat my record. I'm still 7,000 shy of it. But you just have to kind of take this fight over and over and tweak it here and there just to get the max points out of it. So let's take a look here. All right, back over here so that we can wait and see. Oh, so it is actually not showing me the actual specs right here. Last time when we did a battle ranking, it did show us right here what it was grading us on, and I believe it was how fast you kill the fight, how much damage you take, and your single highest hit. So you want Shiva to hit for max damage, you want to finish the fight as fast as possible, and you want to have your physical defense buff up as much as possible so you take the least amount of damage as possible throughout the fight. Alright, so that being said, that is going to wrap up the top 100 battle ranking guide for taking out Reno. It's nice that we can get into the top 100 by either taking out the Airbuster or Reno. And for those of you that did pull Tifa, I think she's really going to come in clutch in that fight. I'm not sure how viable she'll be if she's under OB6, but hopefully, Applebot didn't really lock these upper rankings behind OB6 and higher weapons from a brand new banner draw, which it kind of seems like they tried to a little bit, but that's why I waited to not do any polls and get you guys this top 100, because I know that not everyone is going to be able to do it. So that being said, I hope this video was helpful to you guys today. I hope that you guys get into the top 100. I wish you guys the best of luck doing that. If this video was helpful to you guys, don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Take care and peace.